I won the lottery, and my delusional girlfriend thinks I will give it to her because that's what people do for those they love. So, I gave her breakup. My girlfriend and I have had a pretty tumultuous relationship, which has seen us broken up twice already. I've been the initiator of the split both times, always because of her extreme, unrelenting clinginess and lack of trust. We don't live with each other, obviously. Why we're still together is a bit of a mystery to me. I love her, for sure, and we can get along well together, but we also have very different ideas of what constitutes an acceptable amount of personal space and privacy. When I try to tell her that she is smothering me, she basically shrugs and says she isn't changing. The past 2 months, we've had a slight shelter from our usual storms, and it hasn't been as bad. She's still very clingy and constantly accuses me of chatting and meeting other girls. I haven't. Keeps close tabs on what I am doing or who I am hanging out with, etc, etc. But I keep at it because I believe I'd be alone for a long time without her, and am, frankly, afraid of that. It doesn't help that she's also told me much the same, that I would be alone without her. Cut to a few weeks ago, I won a lot of money in the lottery, paid in a lump sum. It's all very new to me and very, very surreal, and I haven't really done much with it all yet, but I have talked to some financial advisors to figure it all out, but it's readily acknowledged that I am in a position to retire. The only 2 things I have done so far are take a month off from work to sort through things and get very drunk on expensive scotch with my sister. I have a lot of friends right now. I know who my friends are and plan on doing nice things for them all. However, my girlfriend is now asking me if she can quit her job. When I asked her why she would, she said, because I have money. That if she had won that much money, she'd have given me X amount of money without a thought, because that's what people do for those they love. Anyways, it didn't take long for her to start accusing me of wanting to ditch her now that I'm rich, and how she was so stupid not to have seen it before. All because I don't want to give her a shitload of money. I am in an awkward position now. What am I to do? Update 18 days later. Suffice to say, she was not happy when I told her that she needs to forget about the money for now, and that we had serious problems in our relationship from before the wind that we kept sweeping aside. And all this has done is force us to have a conversation we needed to have anyway. It got heated pretty quickly, and I felt like we kept digressing into petty arguments about old stuff instead of sticking to the main issue. She suddenly took to calling me manipulative and emotionally abusive, which took me completely off guard and had me scrambling to defend myself before it occurred to me that she was just trying to make me feel guilty again. After probably 4 or 5 hours of getting nowhere, I finally said that we are breaking up and there's nothing more to it. She got up from the couch, got her stuff, told me to go to fucking hell, and slammed the door. Next day, the texts and emails started to come in saying that no one will love me like she did, how it's sad to see how money has changed me so quickly, hoping I have fun banging superficial escorts, on and on and on. I ignore the messages. The next day she calls, and I ignore the call. She goes to voicemail and says she is crying, and says she needs my help, and has no one else to turn to, and to please call her. I don't call her back. Thursday night, around 11:30 p.m., the police knocked at my door. Apparently, a neighbor called in a loud domestic dispute from my apartment. I tell him I've been alone all night. He asks to take a look around, and I say, sure. He says the neighbor who called is not answering their door, nor their phone, and asks if I recognize the last 4 digits of a number, which I don't. So he asks if I know of any reason why someone would call the police making such a claim. I tell him I recently broke up with a girlfriend on the weekend, and we did yell, so either someone took their time to call, or my ex is not taking things well. We both agree it is strange. I decided not to ask her about it. Over the weekend, I get a few emails, texts, and calls from her that started off sweet, nostalgic, and end up angry and accusing me of throwing her to the side and being heartless, among other things. From the voicemails, I can tell she is drunk. I can't resist, so I ask her by email if she knew anything about the prank call to the police, which of course she denies, and then spins it back on me. Do I really think she is so petty? Why would I ever think that? It just proves I never trusted her. Back to arguing, so I don't reply. So yesterday I log onto Facebook for the first time in a while, and I noticed over the past few days she's been adding my friends as friends. Nothing else, but it freaks me out. I send her a message asking why she's adding my friends, and she essentially says it's a free country, and that she couldn't have been so bad if my friends like her too.